Hi guys, my name is James, and welcome to my review of Spider-Man: Far From Home. So I just got back from the theater, and I've got the tats, the mark to prove it. Okay, so I just got back from watching Spider-Man: Far From Home earlier today, and I enjoyed it for the most part. I unfortunately was unable to catch the first 15 minutes of the movie, but I don't think I missed much. When I got to the theater, it was right. It was already getting into the good part, so yeah, I was glad that I didn't really miss much. Hopefully, I get to catch it. Hopefully on Netflix if Spider-Man: Far From Home is will make would be able to make its way in Netflix. But at this point, I don't know because all the Disney titles are soon going to be pulled out from the service once the streaming service that Disney has been building up upon is going to launch worldwide. So fingers crossed that it doesn't happen. No, it's gonna happen. Okay. Anyway, the movie stars Tom Holland as Spider-Man, Zendaya as MJ, Diego Batalon has his best friend, with the special participation of Marisa Tomei as Aunt May, Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury, and a bunch of other guys, including this person named Jake Gyllenhaal. You may remember him from films such as Brokeback Mountain, Prince of Persia, and those other stuff. So, spoiler alert, I'm going to mention details from the movie, so this is going to be filled with spoilers. So if you haven't watched the movie, please go away, come back when you've already watched the movie. So, okay. So this is going to be a quick one. I like this. I like the effects. I like the story. I like the characters. It feels like we're going to be in for a trilogy with the Spider-Man films, sort of like the first trilogy that we saw before from 2001, for the early 2000s, starring Tobey Maguire. So Far From Home feels like the middle part of an overall overarching story, but it also takes out some stringing storylines from previous Marvel movies, such as Iron Man. We have the most recent Avengers movie, Endgame, and it's been interesting how the screenplay was able to take that and build a story that is basically made for this movie, for Spider-Man: Far From Home. I was very fortunate to have watched the first Iron Man film, so I was able to really recognize the references from that particular movie. When we were able to get to the part of the reveal of who Jake Gyllenhaal's character truly is. And speaking of Jake Gyllenhaal, who in the right mind move thought that his character was a good guy. For anyone who's been familiar, not even just from the comics, but with the animated series in the 1990s, everyone knows that Mysterio is one of Spider-Man's greatest villains. Oh, well, not the greatest villain, but he has been a very formidable foe. He's part of his rogue gallery of villains on this particular Marvel property. So it wasn't much of a surprise that we find out that he truly is, bad, and everything that we saw from the trailer, everything was nothing. It's just they were all very optimized illusions to create this sense of manipulation. This sense that it felt real. It felt real to those characters at the time until some a particular story development led to the reveal that it wasn't actually real. So the movie didn't really hit new ground in terms of hitting the familiar points of a standard Marvel Studios movie, but I got to hand it to them with their post credits. There is a lot to go with what we've learned, that the Nick Fury and Maria Hill that we saw in the movie weren't actually real. They were actually aliens from. If you watch Captain Marvel, there were aliens from the recent movie Captain Marvel. They were there in place of Nick Fury and Maria Hill to help Peter Parker with this particular mission of his. And we find out where the real Nick Fury is. Apparently, he's somewhere in space with the other aliens, having vacation in Tahiti, and doing stuff. It was particularly shocking, to say the least. But what's more shocking is the post-credit scene before that. After the first set of credits rolled, we find out that Mysterio had a plan B in place, where he framed Peter as the one responsible for those attacks in London, and he outed his identity. Now that is going to form the basis for the next Spider-Man movie. I wonder what's going to be the name of that movie. Spider-Man Home Alone or Spider-Man Run Away From Home? The endless possibilities of that title with all things related to home. Okay, so that is supposedly going to be the last of Tom Holland's contracted films. So it's up in the air on what's going to happen to the character, what's going to happen to Tom Holland himself after that. But I expect him to be in a couple more Marvel movies under the Avengers banner. I really enjoyed Zendaya. I really enjoyed her presence in the movie. There wasn't really much that she got to do, but I had to hand it to her. She has one of the finest one-liners. Her sense of sarcasm really gets me, and she's kind of boring, but it's not, because it's a funny kind of boring where she is sort of like she serves as the viewpoint of the audience because she observes things. So yeah, I really enjoyed her, even though her material for this particular movie was very limited. But but at least she's smart, and she actually gets to at least be she's very proactive with despite the limitations that Zendaya and Jacob Baticol has on with as far as the roles are concerned. So as for the other characters in the movie, the actors that played his classmates and his teachers, I think they're fine. They're good. They serve their purpose for the movie. They especially the one who played 1/3 of the love triangle that really wasn't, and then the guy who played Flash Thompson, the nerdified version of Flash Thompson. I think he's really funny, and I can't really have much to say about them, but they feel the purpose of why they were created for this particular movie. So overall, it's a fine movie. It's an okay movie. It hits all the right points, but it wasn't something. Maybe it could have been more, but I think that it's fine. It's just it wasn't epic in terms of endgame levels of amazing, but it's very serviceable as the first movie after Endgame. So I kind of understand that, and Marvel Studios and Sony really had to space things out because it's just too soon to have that moment of epicness following Endgame. So overall, I like the movie. It's fine. So I recommend you guys watch it legally. And yeah, let me know down in the comments what you think about it. You can follow me on Twitter at JLHabitan, small caps. And stay tuned for more. So I guess that's it for me. Bye.